As part of Go Beyond Grades, a national summer learning public awareness campaign, Learning Heroes has created a new resource to help families with what they need to know about their child's reading, including High Five for Summer Reading, 5 tips for how you can support your child in everyday fun ways over the summer. I'm excited to introduce Tori Filler, a national reading expert and former teacher who's with us today to bring some of these ideas to life. So welcome, Tori. Let's jump right in. So the first tip, read, and write too. What does that look like for families?
So many different ways. I think this is something where we can really make this work for your family. So for reading, let your kids' choices drive. What they're reading can vary a ton. It can be books, magazines, graphic novels, stories in languages that your family speaks, websites, even turning on closed captioning. But also how that reading happens can vary a lot. You can have young kids read to stuffed animals, read to you while you're making dinner. You can be reading more challenging books alongside your kid, maybe set up a book club with your family, or maybe your kid chooses a time where everyone in the family drops everything and reads for 10 minutes. All of that is great practice. And writing too, kids can write about what they're reading, a little short response after they're done, or they can do creative short stories or poems, write song lyrics. Get that writing in throughout the day.
And have siblings read to each other, right? I love when my 8-year-old reads to my 5-year-old while I'm cooking dinner, and also really love reading in Spanish. So I'm so glad you highlighted that. Moving to the second tip, play, sing, talk.
Yeah, have fun building language over the summer. This can also happen throughout the day and in lots of different ways. So for earlier readers, you could play sound games or word games. This could be clapping out syllables or doing jumping jacks or shooting the basketball. It could be rhyming words. One of my young nephews is really into soccer. So it could be kicking the ball back and forth and listening for what's the first sound you hear in ball? What's the last sound you hear in ball? All of that is great practice. For older readers, you might also want to have word challenges, like think about as many words as you can that have a similar or opposite meaning to happy or cold.
My daughter loves those rhyming games. Moving to the third tip, which is so important, support the building blocks of reading. What does that mean?
Yeah, these are just ways that we as families can support our students with those foundational reading skills. So when reading the words on the page, one thing that's important is to encourage your kid to use what they know about letters and sounds when they're trying to sound out the words on the page. So don't encourage guessing based on pictures or the first letter. Use what they know about letters and sounds and help them when you need to. At any age, I think a huge thing that we can do as families is practice rereading. This really helps to build fluency, that smooth reading that we want to hear. So you can select any short thing, a poem, song lyrics, a short text that your kid really loves, and just reread it several times where your kid will get more smooth and more confident and it will sound great. Maybe you want to do even a little performance at the end.
I love that idea of the performance. Moving to the fourth tip, boost vocabulary.
Yeah, this is just about paying attention to words and talking about the words that your kid is learning. So maybe there's a special word in a book that they hadn't heard before. Make that come to life by talking about it and asking them to use it throughout the week. But this can also be words in conversation or just from living your life. Things that are new and interesting, make them sticky by talking about them.
Words are all around us, right?
Always.
So moving to the fifth tip, and perhaps my favorite, follow interests to grow knowledge.
Yeah, learn side by side with your child. Have them pick topics that are interesting to them. I know in my family, the young kids are into dinosaurs. We've got a Lego lover, Serena Williams. All of this is great. Let your child pick something and sort of find information where you can. You might already know things at the library, talking to people, podcasts, informational videos. Wherever you can get information, knowing more about the world really helps them as readers, and it's really fun too.
Thank you so much, Tori, for these practical and fun tips. I know I'll be doing these with my daughter over the summer. It really is such a special time to bond as a family and make learning come to life, as you said, based on what our children need and what works for our families. So we invite you all to check out gobeyondgrades.org for more summer learning programs and resources.